Hey guys, welcome to Down with the 90s. I am, of course, your host, Gerry Strauss. And before we get into this week's interview, I just wanted to preface this just for a moment, if you bear with me. Thank you for joining us this week. A very unique interview. Of course, if you're a fan of this show, and if you are someone who is sort of a child or whatever of the 90s in general, that's really what this show is all about. It's looking at that time period and those of us who grew up with a lot of those people that we sort of got to know back then to find out, where they've been, where they are now, and perhaps where they're going. And time again, whether it's through my show, feedback from this show, or other instances of pop culture nostalgia, it's pretty clear to me that one of the more iconic, more remembered, more favored shows from that whole time period that still stands up today and is still looked at and talked about today, Saved by the Bell. And that certainly holds true for me. A show that's a standout as far as just being a part of the fabric of my life back then, is just as far as being a show that I found myself watching and really taking to heart, remembering. I think that was the same for a lot of us. So I was really excited this week. We've got one of the main cast members on the show, Lark Voorhies, who played Lisa Turtle for a long time. She played it all the way from the very beginnings of the show when it was actually known as Good Morning Miss Bliss and took place in a middle school in Indiana, I think. And so she was one of the OCs, the original cast members. And she was one of the few, along with Dustin Diamond, who played Screech, and Mark Paul Gosselaar, who played Zach, and Mr. Belding, one of the few who made the transition when the show changed locations and changed a lot and became the Saved by the Bell that we all remember today. Lisa was the sort of the gossip shopaholic of the crew, and she was there for the whole incarnation, the whole original cast. She was there for quite a long time, and so she is still prevalent on TV today, and all the reruns that I think are now on E Entertainment Television, the E network. So super excited to have her. Now, I just wanted to preface this because those who follow that sort of thing, TMZ and gossip columnists and whatever, whether it's on the internet, print, whatever, there's been a lot written and speculated about Lark over the years. And I think part of that is because of the fact that she's not necessarily someone who has been out in the media representing herself on a consistent basis. She's chosen to pursue a lot of other endeavors. As you'll see in this interview, I mean, we talk about the fact that she's gotten into music. She's got her own production company. She's really got her hands in a lot of different pots. And I guess the way that she conveys herself, or has conveyed herself in different interviews over the past few years, have led to a lot of different opinions and speculation about what is going on with her. I'll just say that the interview you're about to hear is really unique, not just because of her, but because I don't really think there's been an interview this in-depth or lengthy with her that people have been given access to in a long time. So it was very unique in on multiple fronts. Not only because for trying to speculate as to anything about her personal life, about anything that she is dealing with, but just because we get to really, she really gets to talk she really gets to express herself in the way that she wants to, and she's free to do so. I try to give her as much of an opportunity as possible to speak out any of the thoughts that she had about any of the topics that we went through. And, I think the bottom line that I'm trying to get across is that, I still fondly remember the work that she did in Saved by the Bell. No matter what, that to me was a pinnacle of entertainment in that time of my life. She was a big part of that. In my opinion, maybe the sharpest comic performer on that program. So nothing can ever erase that. And the other thing is that I think instead of speculating about negative things about her, I think what we take away from this is that, she's still happy. She's still involved in a lot of different things that show different sides of her artistic self. And it's great that she's still doing that. It's great that she is still leading a very fulfilling life in the entertainment business. And if you're a fan, I think beyond all that, I think it's just sort of a thing where you can be happy to hear that she's involved in all that. And, personally, I came away from it thinking it was a very unique conversation. Again, very unique, but just sort of happy for her at the same time. Wish her all the best and continued happiness and success in everything that she is dealing with. So, she was great to deal with, to arrange the interview, to give me as much time as we needed for the interview. It was an awesome thing. I appreciate it, and I hope you guys will give the interview a fair listen and enjoy it, and appreciate her work and her participation in this thing. So without further ado, Lark Voorhies from Saved by the Bell and I chatting it up.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Down with the 90s. I'm Gerry Strauss, and this is the show where we take a deep inside look at one of our favorite personalities from back in the 90s and talk to them about their lives, their careers, and what they're up to this very day here in the present day. This week, we are hitting a high. We have got an icon. I think it's not an understatement to say. Someone as recognizable can be for those of us who grew up back in the 90s from maybe the most iconic and well-remembered television program from that time. And she is synonymous with that show and so much more. From straight out of Bayside, Saved by the Bell, Lisa Turtle, Lark Voorhies, welcome to Down with the 90s.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. So happy that you could join us this week. Thank you so much for taking some time out, and really wanted to talk to you. And, thinking about this interview, Lark, the first thing I wanted to ask you is what's your perspective on just how deeply you've affected and are remembered to not only an entire generation, but everything that's come before, or come after, as far as just how much you're deeply into the fabric of our culture. People feel like they know you. People feel like they've grown up with you. People really, truly feel like you are a deep part of their lives. Do you feel that from where you sit? Do you understand the impact of what you've done in your career?
Well, it's top of the line influence. It's the character and mainstream of